Drake sends crazy shots at Joe Budden on his plot twist page. That's right, y'all. It appears that Drake has just posted on his plot twist page Joe Budden walking to the Knick game. And I believe it is a shot at Joe Budden in terms of his last sleepwalking case where he was naked in a hallway. But it could also mean some other things. I mean, it's no coincidence that Rory and Mal just signed a deal today, and they are now with the volume. So maybe that could be an allusion to one of Joe's partners going on and moving on and maybe elevating past where they were with him. There's also the idea that Drake is possibly emboldened by the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl performance. I mean, I think it's a mixed bag. A lot of people are saying it was great. I don't think it was good, but I know a lot of people are saying it was the most amazing thing. They're doing the science on Uncle Sam, Samuel Jackson, but I feel like during the actual live performance, it was pretty hit or miss. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't one of the best performances that I've seen at the Super Bowl, and I don't think it was one of the best performances that I've seen Kendrick do, nor was it as good as the Pop Out. I feel like the Grammys was the bigger blow. But Joe is also recording right now. Joe Budden is probably doing his podcast. I assume Drake knows that Joe records because when he dropped the disses during the battle, it would be on days when they didn't record and he would feed the info to Ack. So I think this is a lot going on. I think Drake is being calculated. And like I said earlier in the video, I believe he feels emboldened. I think he probably is trying to see what Joe Budden will say about the Super Bowl performance. Because the last episode they did, Joe was saying that the leaked set list that dropped prior to the Super Bowl was not real.
I want to tell all of the people that believe that that was Kendrick's Super Bowl lineup, you're an idiot. Read it so they can hear just how stupid they are.
Yeah, I was like, this makes no sense to me.
Actually, don't read it yet. Okay. Y'all are really stupid. Seriously.
And then that was actually the real set list. And if Joe's being honest in saying that he thought that set list sucked, in order for Joe to go on the podcast and say he loved the performance, it might indicate that he's been biased this whole time against Drake. But let me know what you think. What is Drake trying to do by posting this video of Joe Budden walking towards the Knick game? And I think Joe is being ridiculed by Drake here. I think Joe is always going to be ridiculed by Drake. I feel like Drake is making fun of maybe Joe's physique, his belly. I don't know what's going on. His cigarette addiction. Joe did say he was done with cigarettes, and he seems like he's back on that. What's stressing him out? Is it the podcast? Is Joe messed up because of the podcast negotiations with Ish? I don't know. I thought this was hilarious. And man, sometimes I wonder, does Drake hate Joe? Does Joe hate Drake? Like, do they still text each other? Because the shots they take at each other aren't... Well, actually, no, I would have to disagree now that I think about it. Joe has taken wild shots at Drake about... Remember when he said Drake was putting Cialis in people's drinks, and then he even took it up a notch by hinting that people actually do think Drake is a PDF file. So yeah, I can't imagine Drake is invested in seeing Joe succeed. And I think him posting this video was a not so thinly veiled shot at where Joe might actually be. He dropped it on the day of the recording. He also dropped it on the day Rory and Mal signed a big deal. And he's probably poking fun at the Podfather. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Follow me on Instagram, The Stop TV. Follow me on Twitter, The Stop TV. This is Danny from The Stop. Peace.